Hello and welcome to Songs of Conquest, where today we're going to be playing one of the challenge maps added with the Vanir faction as part of the Vanir DLC. And this map is called Steadfast, and it's all about the wielder Jarn Steadfast, as it says here. And this map is quite unique in that it's really designed by the devs to show off one particular strategy this faction has, which is to not use the wielder units at all. So the wielder units are the kind of monstrous units we can see on the right here, and pretty much most of the Vanir's units are wielder. They do actually have a human-only strategy that does actually work quite well, and Jarn Steadfast is pretty much the best wielder for that strategy, so we're going to be showing that off. There is also a related achievement called Steadfast, which is an achievement you can get by defeating any map as the Vanir without recruiting any wielder units. So this map is pretty well suited to getting that achievement, so we're going to be going for that as well. So yeah, as it says here, the human wielder Jarn Steadfast must defend the area of Crow's Hill against the ever-increasing threat of the wielder. And the specialism that this guy has is +5 hit points to each of his human troops. And where that works really well is with the basic huskarl units, which you can recruit in very large numbers. So as you can probably imagine, an additional 5 hit points for each of those units can make a pretty massive difference. On top of that, the Vanir do actually have access to some really powerful research to improve the human units even further, particularly the huskarls. So you can actually go with almost a complete huskarl build, and it is actually a surprisingly valid strategy for this faction. Even though they are just basic level 1 unupgraded units, it's still actually pretty good. So we'll hopefully be able to show that off in this playthrough. Let's kick it off. Jarn Steadfast had just arrived in the area, having received word of increased wielder attacks. These wild creatures would often work together with the Vanir settlements, but ever since the young wielder Gorm Aelgrim had turned into a wielder, hostilities had arisen. Okay, so we can see to the south we are emerging in a land that has seen some combat, and we just need to move along this path. Definitely make sure we claim the lodge so we can recruit our first couple of huskarls. So yeah, as you can see, these have 15 health each. If we actually recruit these, now that they're in our force, they actually have 20 health each. That's a pretty massive difference, and this wielder is very good for that. Then we move across to the east, we go to the watchtower, and this reveals not actually too much, but we'll keep moving this direction. That is as far as we can go for this turn. We end the turn there, we grab some wood, grab the farmhouse for extra gold per turn, and we go to the gallows for a bit of experience. Doesn't quite level us up. As Jarn arrived at Crow's Hill, he was greeted by dire news. The wielder were coming to claim this town, and they were coming soon. He would need to prepare his defences, but the ground was too soft for town walls, so this battle would be a hard one. Okay, no town walls, but presumably we should still be able to build guard towers. Most important thing is we do have those lodges, and as you can see, we don't have the option of upgrading the lodge. We do have the option of upgrading our town all the way to up to tier 5, so that's worth bearing in mind. So in order to get those upgrades, the first thing we need is wood and gold, so we move up in this direction. We will prioritize that. Options to recruit other wielders, so we have Ildra available, and we have Cool Black Nest. So I think we actually need to not recruit Cool Black Nest, if I understand correctly, because I believe I read online that by recruiting Cool Black Nest, you have technically recruited a wielder unit, this Lichtvan, so he actually can stop you getting that achievement. Maybe they'll patch that out at some point, but I believe that is currently the case, so we're going to resist recruiting him altogether. Okay, we're still one short on the wood, so we can take a fight with some wolves if we want to. It should be winnable, and I think we do want that upgrade as soon as possible. So wolves here should be fairly straightforward. We do start off with 2 chieftains, which are pretty good units, 65 hit points each. Strength and ability, really useful for enhancing the huskarls even further. Not too great in terms of the essence generation, but it shouldn't matter too much. So 1 loss is expected. We're going to try and prevent that. This early in the game, we want to hang on to as many units as possible. So stack of 7 there at the bottom is the main thing to worry about. So it is possible to move 1 unit to safety. It's pretty difficult to avoid the wolves otherwise. But yeah, I think we go down to the bottom left corner just to protect these. And if we do move in here, we can go for our chieftain's sweeping attack, which does do a nice amount to both of these. We want to make sure we focus on this one here, because if we want to be retaliated against by either of these two, we will of course go for the one that is less likely to cause us problems, although both do actually retaliate regardless. Okay, so the huskarls do have a throwing attack, which they can go for just once. I think we do go for it now. And yeah, chieftains pretty handily take those on, so no need to take those losses to the swine. Can just about reach the wood, which is perfect. We go for the upgrade to stronghold. This unlocks some other build choices. And yeah, as you can now see, this map does limit us. Prevents us from going for any buildings or any building upgrades that lead to builder units. So we can't upgrade the mead hall, we can't get Jorma, we can't go for the stone bridge, we can't go for the cottage, and we also can't go for the lictory, we can't upgrade the lodge, we can't recruit Corfan. Things like that, but despite that, it's not actually necessarily that bad for us, because one thing that's really key for this faction is they do have some really amazing troop improvements. So if we have a look over at this, we can improve our huskarls for +1 troop movement, +1 arcana essence, and later on magic resistance. We have this research too, Heart of Winter, which is +3 hit points for human troops, first 2 tiers. Third tier of that gives us +4 hit points and +3 damage. So on a kind of weaker but high quantity unit like a huskarl, those types of upgrades make a massive difference. We also have this for additional initiative and troop movement for our human troops. And then there's this also, which gives us extra offense and defense at the same time. So all of these researches are really very efficient. They're not too expensive, they provide pretty massive upgrades. So that is very much the goal we're working towards. And actually I do think it's more important we go for that than it is that we go for the mead hall, because chieftains, they are pretty good, but really with Jarn Steadfast, just having a massive huskarls does tend to work best. Okay, so 900 gold, that allows us to go for a tannery if we want to. I think we stick with mainly unit production if we can. So none of this stuff I think is worth going for. We could go for a trader, it's probably going to be useful at some point. I think we just start that off. End the turn there. Okay, let's grab the stone. Grab some more wood, grab some experience, we do reach level 2. So, magic resistance would be great. But destruction magic is extremely important for this guy. Because as he accumulates huskarls, they have 2 destruction generation each. And we're planning to have a lot of stacks of those, so super important that we get that. Probably will get the chance to go for magic resistance later. So we do want to get more lodges, we do want the... let's actually have a look. I think the blacksmith is more important than the sweat lodge. So in order to get this we need 5 ancient amber, 5 celestial ore. So do we have a source of that? If we go south we can see some extra units to be picked up. If we go to the west here we can take these on and get a really good source of celestial ore. And then we just need some source of ancient amber. I think we still explore this way for now. We can see a watchtower up there which should reveal a bit more of the map, so we'll go check that out. So to upgrade this again we need 10 stone, 10 wood, and a lot more gold. Doesn't look like we have a great source of that. There is some gold over here which does require us to take some fights we probably can't actually take. Okay, so the trader has been completed. We are going to go straight for another lodge. We want to get that huskarl production up as soon as possible. And we can reach this, so let's go across to this. So we've got a couple of camps here, we've got a free artifact we can pick up. Not too much in terms of fights we can take. But it is useful to pick up the units, I think. So we go across to this, we'll take the 6 huskarls, move across to the next one, and then back in the town. Everything's currently busy, we end the turn there. Go across to this, 5 more huskarl, we'll just accept that. Bit of wood there too. We can grab this. I actually don't think it's that important. We could kind of justify doing it because Wooden Idol does give us some Ancient Amber. So I think it does kind of make sense to go for that. I will actually go for a third lodge. I think we can justify it. And then probably we do want guard towers too at some point. But yeah, at the moment we're producing more units than we can afford. So just need to make sure we improve our economy soon. So we go to this. 2 Ancient Ambers, not great to be honest. I think I'll just go for the experience, go to level 3. March could be useful, but I'm going to go for command. Then round shield's not too far off, so let's just grab it. Let's grab the stone. Let's grab this artifact on our way back. Can upgrade the tannery. That costs 2 Ancient Amber. Maybe I could have gone for that actually, because yeah, that would have been quite affordable now if we had. Never mind. Not sure when exactly we get attacked, but we shouldn't move too far off where we are. So 200 gold, and this is 2 defense, 2 offense, and 1 defense, and not a great reward. This fight is considered quite doable. Our units do resist 50% of range damage. It does get us a lot of wood, which is something we currently need. There is a source of Ancient Amber there too, which we know we also need. I think I will take this on. So these are going to stay back just purely to generate essence. Our other units probably should rush forwards. Okay, 1 loss is fine. We actually lose some resources too, so we'll accept that. We have the option of taxes. We're not going to go for that. We're going to go for destruction magic level 2 because we're going to be getting a lot of destruction essence. Okay, weapon rack is right there, so we might as well just take something from it, although I'm not necessarily sure it's that important that we do. So we still need 2 more stone. Could we do that next turn? There is some stone right there. It's unfortunately just over 2 turns away. We could just buy some. It's not too expensive to do it. I think that does make sense. So we upgrade this. We now have access to a large build site, and we do want the blacksmith, of course, as our first choice, but we can't currently go for that. So the longhouse is an interesting one. It's not as important as you might think. We literally can get away with just pure huskarls. We don't need to go for the berserker. We don't need to go for the swine. They potentially just do more harm than good. But the berserker do give us access to chaos essence, and we're not going to get that from anywhere else. So with Chaos Essence, for example, we can go for things like Burst of Strength for +1 damage to each of our huskarls, and that is pretty good. So I probably would go for that. Can't currently afford it, but I think I will go for one of those. Okay, let's go to this, which gives us +1 view radius, +1 movement, and we can't quite reach this, but we can go back to the town. We can pick up some additional units, so 25 of these for 5,000 gold. It's expensive, but let's do it because we should be able to take a lot more fights now. So still can't afford the longhouse, can't really afford anything else either, just going to end the turn there. We'll grab some stone, go to the Cozy Tavern for a lot more movement, and there's a little bit of wood down there which is useful. To upgrade this we do need a lot of wood, but if it's just the wood, there's a bit of experience there too. There's Glimmerweave, which isn't so important for us, although if we do go for the blacksmith, the most important thing we want is definitely Heart of Winter, so that is again Ancient Amber we need. Okay, let's go across to this bit of extra defense going into offense going into the next battle. This fight with the Frenzy of Corfan, I'd love to go for it, but I think it's a bit too tough for us now. Okay, let's go over to this, let's plan our next moves. So a bit more Ancient Amber to the north, if we want to. There's also a Burial Mound, which is good for a lot of resources. Aurelian Scholars and Cultists we could potentially take on, but these rewards are not necessarily that important. There are some extra units we can pick up, actually a lot of extra units to the south. So yeah, I think we go for this. 1 extra chieftain, we'll take that because I'm not actually planning to build their building. 5 huskarls. Always going to take huskarls if they're offered. Longhouse still can't be built. We would need to do a lot of trading to afford it as well, so just going to end the turn there. 3 berserker. We'd have to get rid of some units to afford those, so I'm not going to do it. Same thing with this. Okay, that's a lot of extra gold, so if we did want to do some trading, I still don't think it makes sense. I think we do still need stone. Stone and wood, and we should be able to break through this. It does get us some stone, it does get us some celestial ore, and then we just need a little bit of ancient amber. We can get what we need. Yeah, not going to be the easiest of fights, but let's just go towards it. So that stack of 11 Aurelian Scholars is the main thing we need to take down. Okay, so their range is actually really quite good. I think we mostly stay back. Yeah, so I want them to move towards me because they're going to do a lot less damage once they do. So if we go for Strengthen, that improves our damage on these 2 units, although they probably won't attack this round. Probably does actually make sense to move backwards. So these units come closer, we cannot actually reach them if we went for an attack. I think we stay in place. These move back. They get inspired, so these units will move in, but they will be, yeah, they won't be doing anywhere near as much damage, so we do take that pretty well. And as you can see, we are generating a lot of destruction essence from our huskarls plus our chieftains. These also give us 1 destruction, so loads of destruction coming in, and we can go for an ice ball, which does a nice amount of damage. I think we'll move out of their range again. We can weaken these, but I think we're fine with them approaching. We'll actually attack them when they reach us. It's mainly this one we want to go for, I think. These go for Strengthen again. We will take a loss here to the stack of 11, but that's fine. So yeah, these are in our deadly range. We can kill them off. I don't think we do it with this stack, though. I think this stack actually probably moves across to here, because we're still out of their deadly range. And they're out of our range, but that's probably okay. These go for this. So that stack goes down immediately. We do take 2 losses to that. Stack of 25 holds on for now. This unit just doesn't get involved. Okay, I'm going to move up. As long as we're out of deadly range, it should be okay. So we can move up to here. This now allows us to attack, but we can't really do too much damage with that. The key thing is staying out of that deadly range. If we do go into the deadly range, we need to make sure they're as weak as possible. I think we stay here and maybe go for the attack in the next turn, although we can get 2 kills right now, which might be worth doing. So if we go for this, it's plus 10 offense, which won't make too much difference. So let's have a think. So we have 3 movements, that's 1, 2, 3. We still can't reach next round unless we move even further. But if we move 1 closer, we're in deadly range. So I think we just stay where we are. So, they do actually take out a chieftain. That's unfortunate because we can't regenerate those. Okay, I'm going to move up to here. I'm going to go for Strengthen, which gives us plus 1 damage on these units. These will move forwards, try to be bait. And yeah, now we're able to do a much more powerful attack. So we'll weaken these and we'll attack these. And yeah, they do take the bait, so we do survive with 2 of our chieftains at least. Go for Psychic Spear on these. These move in, kill off the stack of 2. I should have gone for Ice Bolt, but we don't take a loss. Okay, the loss to the chieftain was not so good. Outside of that, I think that was fine. So Chaos Magic is probably quite useful for things like Burst of Strength. I think we do go for that. Then let's grab the stone, let's go towards this. So, oh wow. An eye for amber. As useful as that is for the immediate boost, I think longer term it's less important. we want this guy to be really combat focused, so I'm going to go for 2000 XP. And we do have the option of magic resistance. I think this time we take it. Okay, still not sure when the enemies come in. But doing okay for now. Okay, Ethereal Shield, plus 3 Celestial Ore, so we have the Celestial Ore we need. This gives us plus 10 defense, plus 20% spell damage resistance, so that's pretty good. We'll go to this first. 600 XP, and then another level up from this. This time we go for Chaos Magic level 2. So we do now have level 2 of Chaos and Destruction Magic, which means plus 2 damage each time we cast Burst of Strength. So that is pretty good. Okay, do we just go for another trader? It is quite tempting, it would be pretty good. It kind of depends, because if we do try to grab this, we probably need to buy a small amount of Ancient Amber, but after that, it's 3000 gold, which is... it's very affordable, so we can start the blacksmith next turn. I don't think it's the right time to go for the trader. 4 Ancient Amber, okay, that's amazing. So we're actually very close, we just need to buy 1. Then we go for blacksmith. And we do still need a reliable source of Ancient Amber, so I think we make that our next map objective. We actually get the Ancient Amber from this regardless, but never mind. Still going to be useful to us later. So I'm going to start coming back. I'm going to actually pick up a huge batch of new units. Going to end the turn there. Still no sign of the attackers. Going to ignore things like this, I don't think it's worth going to. Just go back to the town, and we're going to actually drop these off because they're not really contributing too much. Fill that stack out, buy a whole new stack, and actually I do think it makes sense to leave the chieftains behind. Well, 12 more won't make too much difference. But 2 Destruction Essence instead of 1 genuinely could make a big difference, so I'm actually going to do it. It kind of depends. So how much use are we going to get out of Strengthen? So plus 1 damage to all 3 of those stacks would be nice. Inspiring also for a bit of extra defense. We also get a bit of extra ranged and melee offense. Maybe it's okay for now. I think it actually is okay for now if we take these over a stack of 12. Okay, so we can't quite reach the next fight. We, I think, should go to Tribute to Arcana. We want to be as strong as possible, because this is still considered, yeah, it's actually 60 Corfin. Still considered a pretty difficult fight for us. Scouts reported from the northeast the Vildra were coming. Okay, maybe now's a bad time to be going for an attack, but we should see them coming, right? I'm not going to give up on this yet. I think we can do it. So it's now considered a risky fight, but that's fine. We're going to stick to the high ground, wait for them to come to us. If we could save up for Fireball also, that could be really good. So they do have really good movement, which is a bit of a problem. These are in deadly range though. Okay, these are going to go to the corner. Hold the position. These go to the high ground as well. Hold the position. Okay, so we can go for this attack. 7 to 11 kills, it's not amazing. I think we just have to do it though. Okay, next round begins. They're about to move with all of these stacks. So they have 26 initiative, we have 22. So if we go for Ice Bolt on one of their stacks, it will slow them down by enough. Stack of 22 can reach only this stack at the front. Stack of 21 can reach 2 of our stacks. We actually don't want to bring the chieftains in, because, well, we drop their movement by 2. They have 3 movement total, so that's 1, 2, 3. They actually can't reach us. So we definitely go for this. So that means stack of 14 will attack probably this stack, and stack of 22. I think they'll both attack this stack. But we do want to keep these units safe. So I'm gonna just go a little bit more passive. We could also try Chaos stepping away, so that this stack can't reach us. That might actually be worthwhile. It's risky because it might not work out. It works better. Now this is actually the only spot that's safe from the stack of 22, so Chaos Step doesn't work. Okay, we'll hold on to our Chaos. So stack of 22 does come in. We actually only take 3 losses, which is fine. A couple of losses there too. Stack of 18 can't reach us. We can go for Burst of Strength now, so +2 damage to each of our stacks. So that does make a big difference, and this is what I was talking about. They do 3 to 4 damage each. We can increase that to 5 to 6, which is pretty close to a 50% increase. So yeah, I think we do go for that. We can't kill these off, so we're going to have to go for some kind of melee attack. We're going to go for it on these. And then yeah, these are forced into a melee attack, so we go for it on this stack. Take 1 loss in response, and now these are free to go for a full powered attack on this stack, so let's do that. Kill those off. This stack now can't reach us. Next round begins. This time we don't have enough destruction to really go for anything that useful. I wonder if we can actually go for the strengthen in a way that works. We don't really have enough movement. Just gonna skip the turn. So we'll take some losses here. So if we do this, then we attack, that frees these up to go for a ranged attack on this stack. Then we go Burst of Strength, we move in, we get a couple of kills. So pretty heavy losses, but we get all the Ancient Amber we need. 990 gold as well, so yeah, 13 losses is not that bad. And now this is where it gets even better. So Eager would be good, but +3 hit points to these units which don't have many hit points in the first place. Really important upgrade. Probably on its own makes up for the losses. Okay, so do we have time to go for this? Can we still come back to defend? It said they're coming from the northeast, so we should have time to respond. I will grab this. So this is already coming in. So the key thing is we do want to go for the Heart of Winter research as soon as possible. So additional Ancient Amber as quickly as we can. It's quite important. Yeah, Ancient Amber and Gold are the 2 things we need the most, and we do have plenty of that stuff lying around. So let's try and grab what we can. So Gloves of the Wild Hunt and 6 Glimmerweave. So the gloves give us additional view radius, whereas we currently have something much worse. Yeah, let's swap those 2 around. Claim this before the end of the turn. And we now need to come back. So upgrading Stronghold will be really useful at some point, hopefully soon. I think our next priority is going to be stone plus wood. We don't need to worry so much about Celestial Ore at this point. So we do have the... Yeah, it is Celestial Ore. We need to upgrade our huskarls on this side, but we're going to be fine just going with the Heart of Winter research for the next few turns. Okay, we can see it. It's Giraget. He's coming towards us. He's only a fair threat. I would actually be tempted to meet him in the field, but I don't think he's going to steal too many resources. I think he's probably going to beeline towards the town. Wouldn't surprise me. So the blacksmith has been completed. We can actually go for upgrades to our chieftains. So yeah, we can give them a bit more destruction essence, which does make them more tempting. The problem is, even if we fully upgrade this town, we're going to have 2 large build sites. So we have to choose if we're really willing to let go of the Sweat Lodge, purely for the sake of having chieftains in our force, the ability to recruit more of them. And I don't think we are, because yeah, we definitely do want the additional troop size. We definitely do want additional essence coming in. Other stuff, potentially not that important, but yeah, I think it's actually the best play to not go for chieftains at all. So we go back to the Cozy Tavern, go back to the town, end the turn there. Yeah, he is beelining straight for the town, which is a good thing, because I would rather pick up those resources myself. And let's definitely pick those up. Okay, so we have a lot of ancient amber we can spend. Go into the blacksmith, let's go for first upgrade of Heart of Winter, and in order to get the second one we just need 2 more ancient amber, which is a further 3 hit points each. So that is, I think, worth the investment. I mean, we don't really have to go for it yet, but I think it's nice to have it in. So yeah, now if we have a look, we have almost full stacks. We have our huskarls are now 29 hit points each instead of 15. So our average huskarl is already twice as resilient as it is before we started. Okay, so what else can we do? We could just go towards Giraget. I'm not really worried. Let's also consider, is it worth dropping these off? How many can we afford? We can afford all of them. Yeah, I actually think that does make sense. Just 4 full stacks of those. And I will just go meet Giraget, I think. Let's make sure we really think about this. So yeah, a few crone is fine. Yeah, his stacks aren't that scary. So if we go up here, we can also grab some stone, we can grab some gold. The key thing now is, I think we really do want that stone and wood income. So the watermill just there actually is probably a better use of our time. Bit of stone down there, ah yeah, and there is reliable wood. So there's still an argument for going for this because on the way back we can grab some wood from there. In terms of reliable stone income, there is a bit of stone lying around. But not actually that many great options for stone. I'm sure there is a stone deposit somewhere. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. It's something we should have a look for. So we've already been to this, which means there's not really too much up for grabs up here. We can go to the old urns. The rest of this stuff is missable. Okay, so we can allow him to approach. In the meantime, we could go for something like this. We could grab this for additional gold. We can still go for the wood here too, and yeah, if he wants to fight us on the way, that's fine. Does that make sense? So he's still at least 1 turn away, I think. It's a little bit risky. We probably should stay around the town. We could go to the Raiders Market, but we don't have too much gold to use. I think we can go to this. So 5 extra huskarl from this, then we start coming back to defend. We're going to take a 1 stack here just as additional insurance. So that's 2 extra destruction per round. We defend with wielder. And yeah, I imagine this is coded to just attack the town no matter what, so I think we just let him do that. I feel like he's going to stop slightly short. We'll see. He does. Okay, I don't really want to waste the turn. I will just move out. I really don't fear him. We also have enough now to recruit the remaining huskarls. So in order to go for this, we still need, yeah, a lot of ancient amber, so we have slowed down a little bit. The sweat lodge is something we can go for, but yeah, we need that stone, we need that wood. Okay, let's go for this. A small but ancient licht was leading a force of Vildra. He floated up to Jarn Steadfast and smiled a wide, toothy grin. This is mine, but we hold power that could be yours. Why are you not joining us? The Vildra are chaos, evil. I am not. Wicked words, then I shall claim what is mine, mine. Okay, so stack of 42 there is kind of scary. Stack of 4. We can probably kill that off with Ice Bolt, so I think we just stay away from the Licht. Yeah, it's Licht Varn, so they are upgraded. But yeah, the other stacks don't really threaten us that much. And yeah, with all our additional hit points, we're going to be fine. See what Quick Battle does. Okay, 10 losses. I feel like we can do better. We do also steal some useful artifacts, so the Golden Goose is going to be good going forwards. Okay, goes for Psychic Spear, actually doesn't manage to get a kill. Oh, and yeah, because they're not upgraded into Nornor, they do have to take Retaliation. So, doesn't really work that well for them. Stack of 42 still can't reach us. If we can move all of our stacks out of range of this stack. I'm not sure we can. I think one gets stuck in range. No, actually. 5 movements, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think we can move away. I think we're going to be the better spellcaster, so he is level 5, he does have Arcana Magic level 2. But I think it's fine. Okay, you take a step back. You take a step back, and now none of their units can reach us with the exception of the crones. The crones we can kill off with Ice Bolt. We can also slow these down. So we can drop them by 2, which means they get 2 movement this round and 4 next round. So that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, that does actually work better. I don't mind being hit by the crones, we'll kill them off. Yep, so they fail to even get a kill. Okay, they go for Tempest, which is a bit of resistance to our ranged attacks, but yeah, this scary stack still can't reach us. Stack of 3 can reach us, but I think we just let that happen for now. We could slow them down. Problem is they do resist 50% of our spell damage, which is a bit of a waste. Might still do it though. Because yeah, next round everything moves into our range. And then we just hit them with... I guess it kind of depends. If we went for Burst of Strength... Burst of Strength would be the ideal thing to do. It depends if we can still go for it. So we're going to get +2 Destruction Essence going into the next round. So our first stack I think misses the Burst of Strength. But everything else will get it. So we go for this. We slow them down, they now can't reach us. Skip this turn. He moves into our deadly range. Ah, they go for Destroy Essence. That's kind of annoying, actually. That's exactly what we didn't want them to do. And they're actually not in deadly range of this stack. We're going to move to the high ground. Now we get Burst of Strength. So we go for that. And let's just hit these. So yeah, that massively improves our damage. These are actually out of our range, but they're not going to reach us thanks to the Ice Bolt. So we kill these off. That's his scariest stack down. Goes for Dimensional Door. Stack of 3 can't really damage us. I think we actually Chaos Step. It doesn't matter actually, because this stack moves first regardless, so we kill these off. Move to the high ground. Then we finish them off. So yeah, just 2 losses. And you can see how good Jarn Steadfast can become. Okay, so Essence Leech, when we kill a unit off, we steal its essence. I think we just go Command. We are running out of space, so yeah, I think that's fine. But yeah, you can see how good our Huskarl stacks are. I'm actually kind of tempted to go back to this one. It's a bit too far away, but it's a good source of additional Huskarls. Really good source of gold just there, but it's still stone I care about the most. So I'm gonna take my chances. There's something down here. There's a barrier town. So there is a barrier player on the map. I'm not sure what to make of this. If they do want to fight us, I think we can deal with it. Okay, do we take these 2 back, or do we go with... Well, obviously we go with 2 more recruitment. Then we take the 2 back. Okay, so we've got ourselves a bit of time now, so we'll end the turn there. See what we get from the blacksmith. So we get a bone club. We can actually sell that off. And we have some things we can buy if we want to. So celestial breastplate, for example. 4,200 gold. This is 3,300, and it does give us 1 extra movement, which is maybe worth going for. Nothing else really tempts. So we're going to sell this off. +5 defense from this. That is worse than what we have, so we get rid of that too. This is +4. We currently have +6, so that can go. We already know this is inferior, and this is also inferior. So we get a lot of that gold back. Okay, so next upgrade requires 20 stone. So we're still some way off. I think I will just go for a trader. I think Longhouse can be fun, just for the Berserkers. They're still human units. They do still benefit from the +5 hit points. They do still benefit from the research. They do give us extra Chaos Essence, but honestly, Mass Huskarl just works completely fine. Okay, this is a worthy fight, so there's no storyline behind it by the looks of it. We just have to fight them. Would be kind of interesting. But wow, they're really strong. That's a huge force. Yeah, no kind of story trigger. I think it's just a fight we have to take. So a bit of stone down there. Still no reliable source. I feel like I must be looking in just the wrong place. We do have the option of building the stone in the town, but that does drop our huskarl production, and we definitely can make use of that. Okay, we take this, so that should at least mostly take care of wood. Bit of stone down there. That's not quite enough, but it should get us to the point where we can trade for the rest. So this fight is 15 wolves. That's really easy. Surprised they even want to fight us. Yep, no losses expected. Let's go south, grab all this. Okay, +4 stone. We still need quite a bit more wood. So, where can we get some? A little bit available there. I think Bandit Hideout should give us a good few resources. Burnt Building also tends to give both wood and stone, and we do have the wood up there, which we can grab on the way back. I don't feel like we need Tribute to Chaos, because none of this stuff really threatens us. The other good thing about getting the next upgrade is it does allow us to go... Oh! I've made a mistake actually. I thought I still needed the upgrade to go for another wielder, but we can go for it now. So this wielder does not come with any Vildra, so we should pick her up immediately. Should have done that much sooner. But still, that's a useful thing to have. We can grab this wood now. And it is within reach to just trade if we want. I'm going to beeline towards this because it will give us, yeah, a couple of extra stone. And now we can just trade for the rest. This fight should be easy. Yeah, they don't even want to fight us. So yeah, this is the kind of thing our second wielder can pick up. So back in our town we go to this, and we're going to buy 2 stone. Actually, can we still afford this? No, we need 6,000 gold. So yeah, gotta wait till next turn regardless. Okay, let's focus on Bandit Hideout. Simple fight. Should be able to do this through quick battle. Does this setup make sense? So these things have 21 initiative, our huskarls have 14. So yeah, having the 30 initiative unit as close as possible to those is a good idea. Okay, a few losses expected. I think we just accept it. I'm sure we could prevent almost all of those. Destruction magic level 3. Let's take it. And wow, okay, so we do get a lot of wood and stone for that, so that's really useful. We do also get some boots, which give us +1 movement, plus 50 gold. Kind of weird. Okay, level 2, you can have taxes, that's really useful. Could also give her the boots, but let's focus on grabbing this first. So reliable celestial ore is still pretty tempting. I think we go to this just to see if this reveals anything really useful. So a lot up for grabs if we break through this. This is considered a tough fight. 120 silver mains. I'm confident we could do it. Hoping for a chieftain from this. No, 5 more huskarl. I think we take the gold. Don't have enough space for all of those. So, Ancient Amber and Celestial Ore up there. Okay, let's go for the upgrade to our town. So this does get us 1 further medium build site, so we can go for a trader, we could go for a lodge. Guard tower would be kind of useful in case we get caught out, but we should be able to respond in time next time they raid. I think I'll go trader. So the other thing we could do, of course, is we could go for... Let's see. We need 50 wood, 40 stone. We could just go for a stone cutter. I didn't really want to. But... just not seeing a reliable source. Okay, I think we continue taking fights. So, things that are useful to go for. We can now afford to go for the 3rd level of Heart of Winter, which is +3 damage, +4 hit points. That's the best one yet. Definitely go for that. That's a massive power spike to these units, now doing 5 to 6 damage each. 33 hit points instead of 15, and still more upgrades to come. Let's end the turn there. Move across to this, Destruction Magic level 3, that's a shame. Could have gone for command. So a lot of stuff up for grabs here, it's mostly gold, but we will have an additional trader soon. So this is completed. To upgrade it we just need 2 Ancient Amber, let's just do it. I think we need rapid stone income. So risky fight against lots of Ravagers. Risky fight against many Burrowers. Also many Ravagers. I'm feeling very confident, but maybe we take the fair fight first. Okay, 4 losses expected. Just gonna say okay to that. As we do reach level 11, so we can go for Chaos Magic level 3, that's even better for our Burst of Strength. So let's do that. So this stuff is all stuff that can be picked up by our other wielder. Let's focus our main on the fights. Okay, let's take these boots. Probably also take the Golden Goose, it's probably not the most useful thing on this guy. +4 view radius though. Maybe we can go explore to the west. You take these units. We can take the Berserker for the additional Chaos Essence. Problem is that takes us up to 3 Chaos per round, which doesn't actually get us to Burst of Strength any sooner. Okay, so this fight is now considered slightly more straightforward. I think we just move up this way. And yeah, let's take this on. So they're more towards the top. Let's move our units towards the bottom. I feel like we can do better than that. So these do have quite a lot of movement. Yeah, I wonder if we can still escape. So these go right to the corner. So we want at least one of these stacks to not be able to reach us. There are some safe spots. So yeah, another ability these guys have is the guarded ability, which is where anyone within 1 hex gets +1 defense, or +10 defense. So all of our units bunched together do help each other out. Now, stack of 22 can only reach one of us, stack of 19 can't reach us, stack of 21 can reach us. So if we can slow down the stack of 21 using Ice Bolt, that feels like a good play. So we can drop them to 3 movements, so 1, 2, 3. Then they're in deadly range of some of our stacks. I guess it makes more sense to slow down the stack of 22. Yeah, because they might get in the way of the other one. Okay, now we can go for Burst of Strength this round. It probably does make sense to do so, so it's +3 damage. They should all come in close enough. 2 stacks of them will move in. Burst of Strength allows us to go for a lot of ranged attacks. If we wait until next round, their initiative is high enough that, yeah, I think Burst of Strength this round is the safer bet. So they actually move through our zone of control. These are in range to be killed off, so we go for that. Stack of 25 cannot go for an attack, unfortunately. Stack of 23 can go for these. Let's do it. Yeah, let's really weaken these before they can reach us. And then this has been slowed down. So next round begins. We could probably still avoid the stack of 20. If we slow them down, we can go 1, 2, 3. So stack of 17 needs to move. The rest are fine. Okay, you move to there, and then we're safe. So next round begins, we can go for Ice Bolt once again. Seven to 8 kills from this. We go for Burst of Strength, that improves it to 10 to 11 kills. We still don't go for it. We will move into Zone of Control, but it makes way more sense just to use our range units, and we finish them off. So yeah, only 3 losses. 1500 gold, all of this opens up. Don't know what that artifact actually is. I'm sure we'll find out soon. So this fight is technically tougher, so the burrowers can come up close by to us. They also resist magic damage. But Burst of Strength should still work pretty well. I'm going to chance that we're strong enough to do this. And we want our units. We want our units gathered together. So even heavier losses expected. Very good loot though. So they do go for the burrow as expected. These will pull back, go for strengthen. Pull everyone together. Now we can slow these down. And I think we should. Okay, so we block one of their burrows, that's great. The other one comes up there. So we can go for Burst of Strength, and that should, I think, make sense because they are in range of our spear throws. So yeah, deadly range against these. Not so deadly range with these. Maybe we don't go for it. Yeah, it actually makes more sense that we don't use up our javelin. as that did less than I thought. Okay, they go for burrow again. We do take one loss there. Gonna slow these down once again. You go for strengthen. Others stay in place. I feel like they might come up here, but I'm not going to try and block them. Ah, they do. Maybe I should have, because that's 7 losses. I should have done something about that. Yeah, and it's all our range units. Yeah, I definitely saw that coming. That was a mistake. To not do anything about that. So we're going to take some losses here. Stack of 12 moves soon, but we can slow them down once again, so let's do that. So 6 to 7 kills, or could try to move out of range. It doesn't quite work, so I think we do go for this. Yeah, I think we probably took 6 or 7 more losses than was necessary, but we've got so many lodges producing units, it's not going to matter too much. As we do reach level 12, so channeling for additional spell damage power or command. I think at this point we go for command. Spell damage power is useful. We do have a lot of destruction, which is obviously a good damaging magic. I will go for channeling actually. So this fight against Silvermanes is now challenging. I still think we could do it. Maybe I'm too confident, but I'm going to go for it. So they're right in the middle, there's not much we can do about that. Yep, victory is expected because our units have been improved so much. 2,400 gold. We'll still try and prevent some losses. So this stack at the top is an obvious candidate for Ice Bolt. Okay, this time we're going to go to here because we should be able to buff 3 units at once with Strengthen. Actually, no, we should still be fine. We can still Ice Bolt these. You go back. So we can slow down either of these 2 stacks. Don't think it makes too much difference. Yeah, we'll slow these. You stay in place. So 9 losses there, that's probably to be expected. Let's go for Burst of Strength. Then we go for Strengthen. So 12 to 13 kills, we obviously don't go for that. This is more tempting. But I think I'd rather go for the deadly range attack. Although we're not going to get quite enough destruction to be able to go for Ice Bolt before these can move again. So maybe we do need to brawl. As wow, 34 damage from this. I wonder how much that could have gone up to. Maybe that wasn't the right move. Anyway, never mind. So stack of 55 now gets to move. I think we just have to take a hit. You move up. So 11 to 13 kills. We can go for Ice Bolt, and that slows them down in the next round. Then I think we just skip through all of this. Next round begins. Now we can go for Burst of Strength. The other option is we go for something like Chaos Step, and we attack them from deadly range. That also allows us to safely go for this. So the stack of 20 is unfortunately the last to move. I think we go Burst of Strength. And I think we Brawl. And surprisingly, the one stack does finish them off. Okay, so pretty heavy losses, but we've opened up pretty much this entire half of the map. And when we get back, going to be in a really good position. The extra initiative is actually quite tempting. It would have been useful there. Okay, so back in our town, we are still constructing a marketplace. Going to end the turn there. Okay, so this is Hat of the Magus. That provides us plus 60% spell damage power. Wow, okay. So I'm glad we went for channeling now, because that's going to make our ice bolts really good. So one thing we can do is we can actually pick up some resources using Jarn. And I think it's fine to do that. So that just allows us to go for a lot of research a lot sooner. So the other option is we just buy our way to the next upgrade. How expensive would that be? So we need in total about 40 wood. So each time we buy 5 it costs us 1,200. I don't think we do that yet. Okay, we scare those off. We'll go for these as well. We'll grab some experience on our way back. And do we consider going for this? I think we definitely want to stock up at least one more time. Okay, then back in our town, I think I will go for a logger's camp. Don't think we need a guard tower. Then to upgrade this, we spend 2 ancient amber, that's fine. If we go and look at our research options, this requires Glimmerweave plus 2,500 gold. We actually do get a lot of initiative from this alone, so probably didn't need to go for prepared, but never mind. This one costs us 5 ancient amber, gives us plus 10 offense and defense. This is less problematic to afford. Well, not really, because we don't really need the ancient amber for anything else. We also don't really need to rush into that, so I think we just wait. I will upgrade this. So how close can we get? I think we need to go back to the town first. I should have probably gone for this tannery upgrade some time ago. I think we go back to the town first, we grab as many units as we can, and then any leftover gold we can trade. Okay, Golden Laurel Reef. This is +1 max troop size, +5 initiative. That's not actually that useful. Hat of the Mage is way more important. Okay, Celestial Ore, bit of extra gold. Okay, no losses expected. I will grab this with Jarn just because it's going to take our other wielder too long to get back. Okay, so this upgrade, it's still some way off. We could sell some Glimmerweave. Don't necessarily mind doing that. I think I will just spend all the necessary resources on this for now, just for peace of mind. Then we can sell Glimmerweave more freely later. Yeah, even if we trade everything, we're not going to be able to afford the next upgrade, so end the turn there. I did leave some Glimmerweave behind. It's all crowns. We can only wear one. Perhaps you're supposed to choose between the three. I don't know if it's designed like that on purpose, but it's fine. So lots of Ancient Amber, some more Glimmerweave. It's really, yeah, it's gold, it's stone, and it's wood that are holding us back. Okay, so with all of this extra movement, what can we go for? So there's a fight here which leads to some more gold. Artifact there, which is, let's have a look. Talisman of Destruction, that does seem like the kind of thing we want. So if we go north instead, this is all just resources, not really the resources we need. So, I mean, this is, a bit of stone there is good. Celestial ore there is maybe a little bit tempting. I think we go back to the town. We're going to get our units back. So that's all of our slots filled. Pretty much everything recruited. I'm going to be pretty tempted to go for this. But I expect they will come to attack us again soon. So there's a cottage and a stone bridge up here. We do not want to recruit Vildra units or we will not get the achievement. So yeah, maybe we do go this way. We do want that wood. Okay, so Dragon Scale Crown, this gives us +2 command. We don't actually have enough units to fill that out though. Okay, do we actually go for this fight? So we can afford to go for every level of this, so +30 offense and defense to all of our units. We can also go for the additional troop movement and so on from this. So actually, if we do go for the Celestial Ore first, we can get magic resistance for all our units, extra Arcana Essence. Yeah, by the time we've done that, we might be in a good position to take this fight. Okay, they do want to fight us. One loss expected, that's fine. It does take us to level 14, so let's go for... I'm gonna go for channeling. Okay, so we get the final upgrade to the huskarls themselves. Scouts reported from the northeast the Vildra are coming again. Okay, is it arrogant of me to try and go for this fight? It's a worthy fight. I'm pretty confident we could do it. I do wish I had more command. Thing is, if I take the command from this, I lose out on the up the mages. What is the deal with this though? There is some wood in there, which we do need. I'm actually gonna do it. The Barian settlement of East Bounty had been trading with the Vanir for over 100 years. The peace between them had been tense but firm. Greetings, wielder, can we assist? The Vildra are attacking, can we count on your support? Unfortunately, no. We're tasked with protecting the settlement, and leaving it would be a breach of contract. Then I might just take your settlement by force. I need all the resources I can to fight the Vildra. I'd advise against it. Wielder Rosewater is nearby, and if we do not manage to hold off your forces, she will surely avenge us. Noted. Oh, so why are we doing it anyway? So we probably do want to stay spread out because the Hellbreaths could cause us some trouble with the splash damage. How bad could it be? Those losses look okay. I want to try and hang on to the chieftain. Massive spoils of war is expected. So what we could do is we could try and kill these off. Yeah, so we're not in deadly range. Not in range of anything, in fact. We could go pretty defensive. Okay, 2 losses. That type of thing we could probably just withstand. So let's just check this because it is a bit confusing. So it's 1, 2, 3 movement. Then they can attack to there. But if we ice bolt them, they can't. But then again, we probably want to ice bolt things like this. Or in fact, if we can save up for fireball, and if these don't move, that'd be perfect. They probably will move though. Yep, so they do move up, so 30 of them only manage 1 kill. Fireball will come in soon. We also have the option of Burst of Strength pretty soon. Ah, these can actually reach us. One, 2, 3. These do have to reload. So moving up this way is okay. Okay, they do mostly gather up that way. We can go for Fireball. So this does 240 points of damage, which is obviously a huge amount. Massively damages all of these. Then Burst of Strength is pretty accessible after that. It's hard to turn that down, but this Burst of Strength tier 3 would make a massive difference. Let's kill these off. Then the stack of 24 can rush through. Gonna kill these off for momentum. Now these go through. So I don't think we go for Burst of Strength yet. I do have to look out for this stack of 32. Can we get to Ice Bolt first, perhaps? Yeah, I'm going to slow these down. So what can I do about the cannon? 96 damage from Rupture, 24 damage from Psychic Spear. This stack does get to move reasonably soon, so they have 31 initiative, we need to drop them by 10. Yeah, I think we go for Lethargy. Kill these off. Move through zone of control, that's fine. Most important thing is we just want to weaken these. So other things we could go for to help us out. Rupture, perhaps? I think we actually rupture these. Okay, the problem is, they've said Rosewater will come to attack us soon. So actually only 6 losses from that, but yeah. What have we woken up by doing that? Just how strong will they be? Presumably there are more defenders in the town. So obviously we might have to take some defenders in the town itself. I do want all this wood. So the defense in there is pretty weak. Can we afford to go in and still get back? I feel like we could. That's going to be 2 rounds. Then we come back this way. I think we have time. We could also pass the units across and use Vildra. Or not Vildra, what's her name? Ildra. Ildra who can command the Vildra. Okay, we're gonna take... well... thing is, she doesn't have the best skills. There's musketeers, there's ballistas. Maybe we don't do it. Oh, I forgot to put the thing on, no wonder the spells were so weak. Okay. Never mind. You go for this. Okay, looks like they're going to try and focus down the chieftains. We'll try and stop that. Okay, only 2 kills expected. Not too sure what to do about this. So we can ice bolt them. But if anything, our best bet is, or was, to move away. Yeah, I think we just take a hit. So if we go for the Ice Bolt, 18 kills, that is probably worth it. You can get 4 to 5 kills more. Can kill these off. I think we just wipe out this stack. Ah, they do take down the chieftain. Ah, they really focus down the chieftains. I was hoping we could avoid that. That sucks. I guess they weren't contributing that much. Okay, so we can try to Chaos Step to get closer. I don't think it quite works. There's a very small chance. But no. Are we in deadly range? A bit. Okay, I'm gonna Chaos Step in this direction. Kill these off. Ice Bolt this. Okay, the town falls to us. We're not going to stay here with our wielder, of course. We do want to get back to our town. We've got Tutor, which could be kind of interesting, but no, we're going to go for Command. And then we go straight back. This is a challenging fight. And what it offers is not that great. So I think we have to ignore it. Okay, range defense and +7 offense. Not worth using. Okay, so back in the town itself, to upgrade this we need more stone and more wood. Still quite a lot more. Research options. We can go for additional Swift Raiders. That would have been helpful in the previous fight, but never mind. Okay, we see them. It is Corfan Man. Odie Night Dweller. He has got a lot of Corfan, but we can definitely get back to the town before he can reach. It was kind of close, actually. Okay, so drafting troops, we're going to pick up all 40 of them. And yeah, actually we could actually justify an additional lodge at some point. We do now have the wood we need. 40 stone more we could just trade for. Before we do, let's make sure we're as strong as possible. So we have all of the human research, we have all of the research for the huskarls, which means we just go for Sweat Lodge now. And we upgrade our troop size and our wielder's essence generation. And there's not really too much else we can do. So yeah, we're going to trade. So we go for that, we go for this upgrade, and now we can pretty safely start demolishing things like the stone cutter, but going for a lodge can still be done through trading. So yeah, an additional lodge, and after that, we go for the Sweat Lodge. In fact, we want this as soon as possible, I think. So we'll start on that now. Then we go into the town, we're going to spread these out. Yeah, as expected, they are coded just to attack us, even though we should be a lot stronger. Corfan, a frenzied mass of Corfan. These creatures were what ordinary Vanir were turned into when their pride got the better of them. I am Odie Night Dweller, Life Taker, Lie Maker, the one who prowls the nights, and an expert surprises. Odie, what happened to you? Power. You must join us, Jarn Steadfast. We will never be threatened again, not by Baryons, nor by the Roots. I see plenty of threat in your stance, and hear plenty of evil in your croaking words. Let's see what you perceive once your humans are all dead then. Look at all these stacks that we have. We have so much essence coming in. So these things can leap, which is a bit of a problem for us, but I don't think it changes our plans. So if we tried a quick battle, what would happen? Actually, not so many losses expected. Talisman of Chaos, that's amazing. That allows us to go for Burst of Strength in the first round. So we're going to be even stronger after this. We'll see if we can keep the losses lower, because we are about to upgrade our troop capacity. Okay, so initiative situation is pretty good. Some of our 1-stacks get to move first, so that's not really what we want. Didn't really look at his skills, but he does start off with a lot of essence. Chaos Magic level 2. Essence Burst, that explains the essence he started off with. Okay, so stack of 25, they probably will just brawl us. Boiling Blood fails to get a kill. They do move in, they get 4 kills. So this guy's specialty does mean these have backstab, so we can't retaliate, but I think that's fine. So this stack is this one. So with these things being out of range, even though these have already moved, I think we just go for the full powered attack on them. So they continue to focus that stack down. Okay, he's gone for all his Boiling Bloods, he should now be done. A few more losses there. I don't really want to waste the turn. But if we go for this attack, I think we take too many losses in response. Well, it kind of depends. So stack of 13 does get to move. They can take out the stack of 5. Stack of 24 moves next. They are already closed down, so they can't go for the ranged attack. I think we still wait. We can Ice Bolt these to kill them off. Thing is, these are still crones, so we can retaliate against them if they attack the wrong stack. But they could go for our 1 stack, so let's kill them off. Okay, stack of 13, this one is able to kill these off. That gives us momentum, then stack of 24. We're not quite able to go for Burst of Strength. So I think we do nothing. One stack goes back. Stack of 25 now can go for a deadly range attack, so this stack of 25 is the first to move. Let's go for those. Then we can go for another Ice Bolt. So we could slow these down. Rupture doesn't do too much because we don't have Arcana magic, it doesn't actually do much damage at all. So stack of 5 trolls moves next. They are able to attack us, but not from deadly range. If we did go for Ice Bolt, we get 3 kills. I don't think it's worth it. One thing we could do is we could repel these. They're in 2 of our stack's zone of control. So yeah, we hit those as they get pushed back. Then we can kill them off with the Ice Bolt. Maybe it does make sense to attack these. But they're still probably not the biggest threat to us. Then again, they're hard to reach, so yeah, we'll go for it. Okay, next round begins. We can go for Burst of Strength. Let's not do that immediately. So this stack moves next. We can kill off the stack of 5. Then the licked move. Yeah, it's licked Varn actually. So we could actually go for something like Apocalypse. Burst of Strength doesn't really help us at this point. Okay, chooses not to go for a spell, so fails to get a kill from that. Stack of 25. Moves down and kills these off. And then we have a lot of turns to gather up a lot of destruction essence. So we go for Fireball on this. And yeah, no Apocalypse to worry about. Although our units have been upgraded to resist 50% of magic damage. So yeah, just the 12 losses, and now Talisman of Chaos is amazing for us. This has also been completed, so we could repurpose this to, well, we've already finished upgrading that town, so I guess we could even use this to generate additional huskarls. Don't know which way we get attacked from. We do need some stone to upgrade this. I'm going to go up in this direction and grab some stone from these two. Now you can come out. So let's get our units back. So 6 more available. Okay, I think we do need additional unit production. I forgot to move, but it's fine. Pretty confident we can hold off whatever we need to. So we can get additional gold income by taking this stuff. We really just want additional unit production, I think. Best things we can possibly go for. So I'm not sure what the Oathkeeper is, but could go for that. So research options, everything is still done. Sweat Lodge is the next thing we need to go for. We don't have too many special resources to spend. Do still have these to be collected, but it's a bit of a detour. And yeah, like I said, we're not going to recruit coal because I think it's probably not intentional, but I think it is the key thing that can cause you to not get the achievement. Okay, let's go for this gold up here. Okay, nothing we can upgrade in here. We could delete this, but it's not needed yet. So, end the turn there. So the Sweat Lodge has been completed, so we can now go for additional research. So additional troop size is useful, but not necessarily immediately, because we haven't actually filled out the slots we already have. So additional Chaos Essence is nice, additional Destruction Essence. So Chaos Essence is the one that has the most pronounced effects, although it's different resources for each option. So this produces a lot of extra Ancient Amber. It's quite affordable to do it as well. I think we just go all out. Yeah, so our economy is immediately a lot stronger. Ah. Almost put myself in range of the hungers. The backer horses even. Okay, so we actually will be able to go for a fireball. So that one extra destruction we just researched immediately comes in handy. 330 damage. We could try and hold it back, but I think we just go for the attack. Do the damage we need to do. We could also go for repel in order to make it harder for the trolls to attack us. I don't think we do though. We can probably use Repel to kill off the backer horses. Yep, so they come in, we will take a couple of losses here. Only one loss, wow. Okay, so what can we do? So, we could try to Chaos Step our way across and then go for... I wonder if this works. We do want a Burst of Strength though. We can do that twice. So yeah, I don't think we spend any more Chaos. Okay, these are in deadly range. Okay, I think we do this. Then we go Burst of Strength once again. So now each of these are doing 11 to 12 damage versus a base 2 to 3, so we're incredibly powerful. We go for Repel on these, they're in our zone of control, so we attack them twice, we kill them off. We could try going forwards. How much destruction do we get? So we get 6 more destruction, so not enough to really help us that much. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. I think we just have to take some damage again. Oh, we could Dimension Door. I don't think it gets us close enough. We could get close enough to at least go for the ranged attack, but it's not going to do that much damage. Oh, it actually does, wow. We can kill off the trolls completely. So, Lord of the Rings style death. Yeah, there's nothing we can really do about this. We're going to take some losses. Just one loss, wow. So we go for Burst of Strength again. But we've already used our ranged attack, of course. So I will move in, but we're not going to go for the attack. Throw our javelins. So yeah, 2 losses for all that, and you can really see this is kind of the point I was making. This is why Jarn Steadfast is so good. Attuned I love, but for this build, 3 extra hit points per unit is just incredible. So yeah, human only build works incredibly well. Cloak of the Ancients, that is spell damage resistance, view radius, and defense. Okay. Start coming back. So, things we could still do. We can go for a lodge here, let's do that. Okay, they don't want to fight us, that's great. Insignificant level fight there. I think the backer horses fight just to see what this is for. Possibly makes sense. Also the Dagger of Rage, that could be interesting. These kinds of high level artifacts you don't normally get to in Conquest maps. So I don't actually know what a lot of them do. Whereas the basic artifacts, you just see them all the time. We'll just keep going for lodges, it's fine. Maybe we get to fill out the unit slots, maybe we don't. Okay, so we're fully kitted out with lodges. We could even get rid of the tannery if we wanted to, just to make sure we're producing crazy numbers of huskarls. So we already have 60 available to be recruited, or 30 in fact. But we do actually need more income now. So these 2 gold mines should help. Okay, no offer of taxes. Do we sell this? I think we do. I think we're fine for gold. Just want as many units as possible. Scouts reported from the northeast the villager were coming. Scouts reported that a Barian battalion had been sighted to the west. Okay, so it's time. I did want to go for those artifacts, but just gonna have to deal with Rosewater and the other one. Yeah, let's rush back. I should scare these off. I will scare these off. They want to fight us. Okay, so research situation, we can afford to go for more destruction essence, we can afford to go for more chaos. Still got lots of gold too. Okay, that scared me a bit. Might not actually be able to block her off. What does she have? Oh wow. Overwhelming force. So you're obviously not supposed to threaten her. That seems fairly clear. Okay, I might have to load an autosave, because if I knew that was coming, I would have I would have gone into the town and not taken that fight. That was actually what stops us reaching. That's rough. We could also, of course, recruit Cool Blacknest in order to get some additional units, but don't really want to do that. Okay, pick up all the units we can. I'm actually really worried about this because I think she just goes straight to the town, doesn't even fight us, which is a really silly reason to lose the map. So obviously we have to go back to the autosave. This is just a non-issue. It's all about the barrier attack. Okay, so they haven't converted it. And it's now only considered challenging, so we haven't lost it. But wow, okay. It's quite an annoying thing to happen. We have lost our max troop size. We've lost all our research. A large force of Barians was led by the proud figure of HoMM Rosewater. She approached before the battle. Jarn Steadfast, you attack the Barians of East Bounty. I'm here to protect our interests in the area. They wouldn't help against the villager, they forced my hand. And why would they help against the villager? I've come to a great arrangement with Gorm. So why would we stand in the way of progress? Are you here? Are you not here to help? No, we stand with Gorm Aelgrim, and not weak naysayers like yourself. Okay, this sucks. This really sucks. Okay, we are at least expected to win. Those losses. Extremely rough, but we didn't have many options. Okay, let's go Burst of Strength. I think we just move in. Maybe not. Okay, stack does go down. More losses taken. Okay, let's go for Burst of Strength again. Doesn't really help this stack much. So this stack still needs to reload. So going into the next round, we could go for a Fireball, but we can only hit one stack at once. So we probably want to Ice Bolt instead, although it doesn't do much. 330 points of damage, we can kill off all 3 of these. Or 4 of these. Or quite a few of those. But I think this is... I guess this is what concerns me the most. Okay, do we still go for Burst of Strength? So these have to reload. We could try walking through the zone of control. So what we need to do is we need to move 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So actually if we attack from here it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, we need to walk through zone of control. These do nothing. These attack. Okay, then we move up. 0 to 1 kills. Okay, I was hoping for something slightly better. In conclusion, you should not attack the barrier town. That is not the way to play this. I feel command is still useful. Spell damage resistance. So it's actually Haymond who's approaching us, and he is a good spellcaster, so yeah, we'll go for magic resistance. Back into the town. Now it's a matter of how many troops can we get in 1 or 2 turns. So we do have a very large number of lodges. This guy he's futile. What could we do? Is there any way we can get some units back to ourselves? So one thing we could do is we could try to... How many do we have? 27. We could get rid of 1 lodge. Just check he can't quite reach us yet. Remove 1 lodge. Go for a rally point. Go into the town. And now we need to spread these out. Yeah, because we need as much destruction essence as possible. Yeah, so each of those gives us 2 destruction essence, 1 arcana. We, I think, should go into the town. That was a bit of a trap by the map creator. I don't think you're supposed to survive that. I think you're supposed to load an autosave and not attack the Baryons, or at the very least get back to your town to defend, because I'm sure that force should be considered stronger than this one. Yeah. I mean, 20 Nornor is a lot. I have to be pretty careful against those. So gotta hope he can't quite reach us, as, wow, we just about make it work. So we go to this, 43 more can be picked up, and now we just have to hope this is enough. Okay, so looking at our forces, looking at our loadout, so 60% extra damage is, I think, a good thing. Plus 6 offense, yeah, we could have done with a better weapon actually. 2 additional command I don't think is important. Yeah, I think we go into the town, defend it. And we just gotta hope for the best. So, do we spread these out? Because the thing is, he could go for something like Apocalypse and kill off all our 1-stacks. So we should probably spread out a bit. I do want at least 150 stack as a power stack. An ancient Nornor approached Jarn Steadfast, a black cat on her shoulder. Greetings, Jarn Steadfast, wise chieftain and mighty wielder of magics far stronger than mine. I've come to offer peace and prosperity. You offer peace, which means you consider us at war. So cunning, so clever with words. We are beyond impressed by your wit, aren't we, Needleclaw? She lovingly stroked her cat, who purred in response. I can offer you great power, a powerful alliance, and peace for all the Vanir. What say you? And what would be your price? All you need is to embrace the change, and you can bring vengeance to the shores of Patrium, and those feeble humans will never make you bend a knee again. I appreciate your offer, grandmother, but I must decline. I'm content with my life and will not be turned into a monster. Call me a monster, will you? Then a monster I shall be. Okay, it's now considered a risky fight. I'm feeling a lot better about this. Let's move all our 1-stacks to the back. Spread them out enough that we're not too vulnerable to things like Fireball. Don't see why we send these forward. I think we stay back, we rely on our spellcasting. Yeah, so she does go for Rupture, she kills off a 1-stack. So Burst of Strength is actually not necessarily the thing to do now, because we just have that one powerful stack. Most of these can't reach us. So her spell options, she does have Arcana level 3, Destruction level 2, Chaos level 1, and 40% additional damage from her specialization. Okay. So after this next stack moves, we get a lot of destruction coming in. So they go for Strength and Essence, that's fine. Okay, that was a bit of a waste on their part. Now we bring in a huge amount of Essence. So actually 6 to 7 kills if we do go for this attack, but it obviously makes sense to go for Fireball on those. I think we actually go for this. Yeah, we go for this because these resist magic damage, which makes them a problem. See if these can get a kill. 6 to 7 kills, not quite good enough, I don't think. Okay, we can afford to go for Fireball, so 330 points of damage on these 3 stacks. And I think we can still go for an Ice Bolt too. We can also Blind Rage, make them attack each other. Okay, so we want to do as much damage as we can before they do anything else. So Rupture doesn't do too much damage. Changing their initiative now doesn't make much difference. Boiling Blood doesn't really help us. We actually can't quite. One short of going for Ice Bolt. That's a big shame. I'm tempted to Rupture these, but it doesn't help that much. Probably actually better off trying to make them attack each other. They go for that stack instead, that's not what I wanted. Okay, I think we just have to take a pretty rough turn. So yeah, we're going to take some big damage here. Actually, that wasn't so bad. We do have so many hit points and so much defense, they can't do that much. Chain Lightning, yeah, they do kill off some 1-stacks as expected, but on the whole, we withstand it, and we can now go for another Fireball on these 2 stacks. Oh, there's a stack of 9 there too, I didn't even... Yeah, these keep blending in, I didn't even spot that stack of 9 as well. But those ones are crones, which means we can retaliate. Okay, let's skip through some turns. So close to finishing them. I think we destroy their essence at least. Boiling Blood should kill off one of those 2 stacks. Maybe not. Okay, we could go for Apocalypse to finish them off. That would be the fun option. I'm pretty sure this is the last fight, but just in case I'm wrong, I'll be a little bit more sensible. So after all that, we actually only take 8 losses, even after losing most of our forces. +1 to all essences from that. Okay. So yeah, that was clearly a much easier fight than the barrier fight. I feel like the barrier fight is some kind of Easter egg. You're not supposed to do it, but we managed to survive it. Maybe one more will come through, but at this point, nothing can really threaten us. We just keep producing these units. Extra lodge here I think does make sense, just in case. Because yeah, we can use the rally point to pick up extra units. Okay, the fight with the back of horses does still seem to be doable, so we'll go towards that. I guess the scenario is not over. So these do resist magic damage, which is a little bit of a problem, but we might be able to beat them through bursts of strength. I'm very relieved I didn't go for Apocalypse, at least. Okay, so we can fireball all three, but yeah, they resist 50% of that damage. Still tempting though. While they're all together. So, if we did try going for multiple bursts of strength, so one thing we actually could do is we wait. We wait and then we go for sabotage. We take away 30% of that spell damage resistance. That actually works better. So they hopefully will stay together. Ah, not quite. No, they do. Okay. So, skip through all of these rounds. Now we have 30, so we go for sabotage once. Sabotage again, perhaps. Ah, that doesn't make that much difference. Okay, chain lightning does a nice amount too, so yeah, I think sabotage again. Hit them with the chain lightning. Could hit them with the arcane storm. Not actually sure that's the best choice. I think we keep our two best stacks out of reach. Go for the fireball. Go for the arcane storm. Then we wait. So yeah, they are still strong enough to take out one stacks, unfortunately. Do we blind hatred? It could work. Yeah, there's a little bit more. Okay, ignore the stone bridge, we do not want to recruit Vildra. And you will come pick some bits up. So what do we need to do? It still just says protect Crow's Hill, so I guess we're waiting for more attacks. So we've got the Oathkeeper, which is +1 command, that is pretty good. Let's go for this next. So trolls are a bit more awkward, but they also don't resist magic. And yeah, we can see the Baryons have been defeated. Only 2 losses expected, so we get to level 18. We'll go for channeling. The spell damage is working really well. So Dagger of Rage, this is +1 damage. Okay, so that works really well with the huskarls. All these types of high quantity, low stat units work really well for things like that. Okay, I guess we go taxes. I think we're fine for gold though. I guess we just come back and wait. We've pretty much cleared out the whole map. There's some stuff up here, but it's mostly just resources. A few experience points up for grabs, but nothing we need to rush towards. Okay, let's go to this first. So 97 available to be recruited, and yeah, it is unit production that's holding us back. So even though we have all these lodges, it's gonna take a while to fill out our ranks. But no more aggressive Baryons to worry about at least. Scouts reported from the east the Vildra were coming. So what have they got this time? We'll see. 18 more up for grabs. So similar thing to before, we do want lots of 1-stacks. But this time we're a lot stronger. Nothing we can do, we're literally recruiting all the units we can. The only other thing we could do is start selling traders. We can replace them with lodges. We could even go for the longhouse, but I think we're obviously much better set up for huskarls. Okay. This, I think, is the last fight, because this is Gorm Aelgrim. So, we've already seen that the previous wielder aligned themselves with him. Skin Shifters, Lichtvarn, 5 Jorma. I think the Jorma are the things that are supposed to scare you, but I'm not worried about those. Okay, let's grab 17 more. I think we do come out as well. Go to the rally point. 6 additional units back into the town. Gorm Aelgrim. He and his brother had been lost in the wildwoods, and only he managed to escape. Shortly thereafter he changed, embracing the power of the Vildra. Others followed, and now he was here, facing Jarn Steadfast. Jarn Steadfast, I lead the Vanir now. Follow me, and we shall rule the world. Never. The Vildra are chaos. They can be used, and we can work with them, but we cannot be them. You're weak, Jarn. All this is mine, and you shall give it to me. Come and take it. Yep, so I'm pretty relaxed, actually, going into this. I feel we faced worse. Possibly the final battle of the map, so let's play it out manually. And this time I think we can go for Burst of Strength. Yeah, we can do a lot with that. They do challenge us, so they pull us in using those. And then these can reach us. Okay, so that 1 stack is in a lot of trouble. Okay, they go for lethargy, so they slow us down. Doesn't matter too much because they've pretty much moved all their units already. Ice Bolt got 0 kills. Even with Destruction Magic level 2, 0 kills. Okay, we've got a few 1-stacks to move first. Let's just skip through those. Stack of 50 next. So I think we go for Burst of Strength, of course. This is a perfect target for Fireball. So the backer horses can take a hit. For that reason, I think we try to put them in range. Yeah, 3 to 4 kills from this, let's go for it. Then we skip. Stack of 26 goes for this. Skip the 1-stack, stack of 50 next. So we can finish these off. I would prefer to go for the Nornor, but they're slightly out of reach. Okay, we're gonna go for the Fireball. Hit all of these stacks, does a massive amount of damage. Now, we can finish off the Jorma. So this stack of 50 is yet to move. They can go for the trolls, I guess. Yeah, 9 to 10 kills on those. So if we rupture these, we only kill 3 off. So I guess we don't do that. Arcane Storm does a nice amount. Yep, so we finish these off before they can move. Now they get to attack us a few times, they go for a 1-stack, that's fine. The Jorma come in, they don't go for their slam, they go for a normal attack. Another loss to a 1-stack there, that's fine. So they do get a lot of momentum from this, and that's probably why we took quite a few losses there. But we can go for this attack. And just the 1 unit left, so we move in, we kill those off. Oh no, I forgot about the Nornor again. If we go for Fireball instead, that does kill them off. And what's left? 2 Jorma, which we are strong enough to kill with a stack of 20. So yeah, that kind of sums up Jarn Steadfast and the Vanir human strategy. Even all these upgraded units can't do much against us when we're this heavily upgraded. So yeah, we do unlock the Steadfast achievement as Vanir, win a game without ever purchasing a villager troop. So that's an easy way to do it, and this map is very manageable if you don't take on the barrier troops. Actually kind of proud of myself for not reloading the autosave in that situation. But yeah, that was Steadfast. If you are interested in the map involving Gorm Aelgrim's brother, Gorm Aelgrim, I do have a separate playthrough of the challenge map Grow, which you can check out. And there are also plenty of other Songs of Conquest playthroughs on the channel. So thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.